Hey everyone, Tony George, DocSports.com here on Monday with Week 6 opening NFL line report. We usually do these on Tuesday. Lines settle down a little bit, but I'm going to be traveling for the next 7 days back to Kansas City. Take care of some family business, see some friends, and go to the Chiefs and the Bills game on Sunday at Arrowhead in person. So looking forward very much to that. Going to be one of the biggest game of the weekend. Going to go see them live up front and center. And as always, I haven't looked at any of these lines. This is the first time I've seen them. So I'm just giving you, these aren't handicapped leans or these are initial reactions, just raw and candid comments and just initial leans and kind of what I think out of the gate. Things can change during the week. You always want to check the injury reports, the weather, all those different things that are involved in your handicapping method. But nonetheless, a good week. We have not played Monday Night Football between my beloved Chiefs and the Raiders. I've got a pick in this game on the total over at DocSports.com. And we're still doing real well with those NFL player props. So I hope you're jumping on board for those. We are just crushing it. Not only with NFL, but Major League Baseball. And now, right around the corner, I think the 19th, if I'm not mistaken, NBA starts. So we'll be throwing in daily props in NBA like we were with Major League Baseball. So be sure and check that out over at DocSports.com. 2-1 yesterday. We had a 7-unit play on the New England Patriots. We had a 3-unit play on the Miami Dolphins. And one thing I found out, and there's still teams trying to establish some identity. Both teams in New York, you don't show up, they'll give you a ball game. And let's see what else we find out today. Oh, Matt Rule's out of a job. So Carolina got rid of him. They played a lot better with Darnold, the quarterback, than they have Mayfield, huh? Just FYI. And you saw the growing pains that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be going through. Bringing in a rookie quarterback, and of course that was just like leading the Christian to the Lions. Wow, that's the last defense you want to break somebody in on for their first start, especially up in Buffalo. So some very interesting results yesterday. I know a lot of people struggled yesterday. That's why I kept it low volume. I thought New England was the absolute best bet on the board. That's where 90% of my money was. We hit a teaser with San Francisco and Minnesota tried to lose that. As they always do at the end of the game, every one of their games is a friggin' heart attack. You know, you never want to lay much over 4 with them. I don't care who they're playing. Houston, Jacksonville, a couple of bottom feeders, whatever you want to think. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get to the lines. I'm going to pull them up now. And bear in mind, I have not seen them. All right, here we go. Washington at Chicago. Opened up at -1 Chicago and 39.5 on the total. Right now, it is still -1. You got to pick them at Caesars. And the over and under has dropped a full point to 38.5 and 38 in 2 spots. Washington is just a mess. Carson Wentz, dude, you'd been better off with one-legged Alex Smith back in there again one more year. Initial lean would be Chicago. Tampa Bay at Pittsburgh. They opened up at 7.5. Over and under was 43. Now it's up to 8.5. 9 at 2 places. And the total's 43.5 across the board. You've got Tom Brady against a rookie quarterback. How about that pass interference or that roughing the passer call on Tom Brady? The refs have been catering to this guy for over a decade. It's ridiculous. That kind of changed the landscape of that game, too. It's called tackle football. Come on. Tampa Bay in a teaser. Cincinnati at New Orleans. Oh, here we go. Taysom Hill. It was Taysom Hill sighting yesterday. New Orleans got in a shootout there with Seattle. Cincinnati Off the loss, good defense. Cincinnati 1.5, total 43.5. It's up to 44 in 2 spots. 1.5 across the board. That's a tough one. Of course, New Orleans had the luxury of playing no defense at all. Seattle doesn't have a defense. That's going to change against Cincinnati. I'd lean Bengals. Jacksonville at Indiana. Now, Jacksonville already waxed these guys 24-0 earlier this year. I think that was the score. Jacksonville gave a game away yesterday. You cannot just lay huge points against Houston. That Pierce guy's a hell of a running back. Mills is better at quarterback than you think he is. Lovie Smith's got a pretty good defense. Colts opened up at -140.5. Now it's -1.5, 42. I'd take the under. New England at Cleveland. Cleveland opened up -2.5. Just a bonehead day yesterday for Cleveland. What? I'm questioning not only their coaching, New England looking like they're probably going to have the rookie in there possibly again, which isn't doing bad. This kid made a lot of big throws at Western Kentucky. Zappy, I was on him a lot when he played in college. The guy's got an arm. He can be a good quarterback. They're going to bump his pay and have to sign him. Move him up to number 2 instead of Hoyer. Anyway, Hoyer never has been any worth a shit. But at the end of the day here, New England, Cleveland home -3, total 42.5. New England and a teaser getting a +9. Jets at Green Bay. Green Bay just a total mess right now. -7.5, 46.5. Real simple. Take the Jets. Baltimore at the New York Giants. Who'd have thought this time of the season they'd be leading their division or tied for first in their division, and they'd be 4-1. Man, Baltimore on the road opened up at 5, total 43.5. And it opened up 44.5. So it's dropped the point. Monies came in on the under, which I kind of like. They just can't stretch the field vertically very well. They can run the ball well. Jones can move. The quarterback Jones kid can move the chains on 3rd down by being elusive at the running back position. Baltimore, you don't know what you're going to get. You got Lamar Jackson, Andrews. You'd almost want to lay the 5, but it's a road game, and Baltimore has a way of just being in close games. I could only take the G-men there on the initial lead. Minnesota at Miami. What happened to Miami? Well, Bridgewater went out. They're on their 3rd-string quarterback. Need to see what's going on there. This game here you don't want to get near. I surely would not lay 3 points, which is the line. Minnesota total 45 and 45.5 in some places. I wouldn't have any interest at all in laying 3 on the road with Minnesota right there. San Francisco at Atlanta, -6.5, total 42.5. Now it's down to 5.5 and 43. I could only lean Atlanta there. San Francisco on back-to-back roadies. And their injury list, they keep winning in spite of losing key players. It's going to catch up with them sometime. This could be the week. Carolina, new head coach this week against the Rams. Are you kidding me? It went from 8.5 to 11. Total 41. Dropped a half a point. Would you lay 11 with the Los Angeles Rams? As dysfunctional as Carolina is. I think everybody's going to be on notice. I wouldn't lay 11. Arizona at Seattle. Arizona opened up 2.5, total 51. It's at 3 at MGM and Caesars, 2.5 everywhere else, including DraftKings. 51, it's jumped up to 51.5 and 52 at DraftKings. Their place else in Vegas is 51.5. That's a big total, but I like I'd lean over there out of the gate. Buffalo at Kansas City, a game I'm going to be at. Buffalo is opened up at -1.5, total 54. Now Buffalo's up to 2.5 at DraftKings and 2 everywhere else across the board. It's a game I'm going to be at. So Buffalo struggled against the Ravens. They lost at Miami. They beat up on a Pittsburgh team with one arm tied behind their back. And the big, humongous win out of the gate over the Los Angeles Rams. They look like an unbeatable football team. That didn't hold any water either. Give me the home dog in a teaser, by the way. Big time. And Dallas at Philadelphia. Here we go. That is going to be the NBC late game. Philly opened up -5 and 40. They opened up at 6 and 43, and now they're -5 everywhere. MGM dropped them down to 4.5 now, so that is a 1.5 line move on the side on Monday. Total dropped a point to 42. I think Dallas's defense is no joke. You're not going to see. Why would you take Cooper Rush out until Dak Prescott is 100%? I wouldn't disrupt the flow there. Back-to-back roadies for Dallas too. That number's just right. When's Dallas going to meet their match? Philly didn't look like the best team in the NFL on Sunday. They have up until then, but I didn't think they were all that impressive against Arizona. And Arizona's defense held them to 20. Now, I can only take the points there. Denver, oh my God. What is Denver doing on a Monday Night Football game again? Or a primetime game again? Against the Los Angeles Chargers, 46.5. Opened up at 5.5. It's sitting at 5.5 everywhere. 5 at DraftKings. I'd lean Chargers out of the gate. Guys, that is the NFL opening line report. I won't be doing a ton of videos this week. You're going to get a couple from me for free picks because I'm going to be traveling and dealing with some family stuff and some loose end business stuff between Kansas City and Lincoln, Nebraska. But we'll be ready for a big week in the NFL. We're on a 10-4 run or something right now. In college football, we had a down Saturday. We did not have a good Saturday. We had some bad luck. Top play starting quarterback went out second series of the game. So had some bad luck on Saturday. We'll bounce back this week. We'll be working overtime on the road and having all our picks up on Thursday. As always, Doc Sports, home with a free $60 if you've never been a member. Click the link in the description below. And hey, man, let's get after in week 6. I'll be coming to you from KC. And we'll fire hard on Thursday. Thanks for all the support for the 7-unit pick on New England this weekend. I appreciate it.